Most people walk past an auction sign and think, this is not for me. By the end of this video, you'll understand the auction process.
I'm Jason Snider with J. Snider Real Estate.
I'm Zack with Burgess Auctions.
Just tell you a little bit about ourselves. Zack and I grew up together in Fortville, Indiana. We went to grade school together, actually.
We were in grade school.
Yeah. We both are graduates of Mount Vernon High School.
Absolutely.
And we both still reside in Fortville, which is pretty cool. So Zack's been in the auction industry for over 30 plus years.
I've been a licensed auctioneer for 30 years.
Yeah, and I've been in real estate for well over 20 years. And I will tell you, I was always skeptical of the auction process as a real estate broker because I felt like the auction just wasn't conducive. Two brokers, we were like, hey, how are we going to get paid? And then, our clients, what if they don't have cash, and what if they can only finance? So I would always steer my clients away from auctions until this guy finally convinced me that we should sit down and really talk about how to sell real estate at auction. And we've created a program that I'm pretty excited about. We've tried to make auctioning property as broker and buyer friendly as we possibly can. And I found it to be just a fantastic tool for sellers now. And in a lot of cases, they're netting more money selling their properties at auction than they would have with a traditional listing.
To boil an auction down, it's just a method of sale that's offer and acceptance. What we do is we create an event for your asset, your home, your piece of real estate, and we aggressively guerrilla market that event to the marketplace.
And just to highlight what Zack said there, so what we do is we take this property and we would list it as we would a traditional listing. We market this as any property the same. We would market a $5 million property the same as a $100,000 or a $50,000 property. And typically we give from the day we go live on the market, we give ourselves 30 to 45 days up to the auction date to aggressively market your home. We use professional photography, professional videography. We make sure that the listing shows up on all the major real estate sites, just like I would do with any traditional listing. But the caveat to that and what makes auctions so exciting is we have a time frame to do that in. So we aggressively market your property for 30 to 45 days, and then we have an auction. So we have a set time for you to receive an offer on this property that's acceptable to you.
We essentially freeze the market. We bring all of the attention of the market to your property at a specific day and time. Everyone who's interested in your property will be standing in the front yard on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, ready to compete to buy your piece of real estate.
And we're finding in most cases, if not that these homes are selling for more and our clients are netting more selling at the auction as opposed to a traditional listing, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And that's what's excited me so much about this program. Not only do you have a set time frame, but you're netting the most amount of money that you possibly can out of the sale of your home.
Now what we do is we sell real estate in as-is condition with no contingencies. The only thing that we negotiate is the price. We put all the buyers on a level playing field, and then we negotiate for the price. We let the market bid on your property, compete to buy your property, and let the man with the most money in his pocket win.
And that's what's so exciting about it as well, because there's absolutely no contingencies. And one of the problems with selling your home traditionally, there's so many variables that can make the deal fall apart. And the big one's inspections. I've seen countless deals fall apart over expensive repair costs that are found during an inspection.
We encourage interested parties, bidders, buyers, people who are thinking about buying your property, to come and inspect the property. We hold open houses. We allow them to tour the property. We allow them to have inspections done, but there are no contingency. Once that hammer falls, once we say sold, you're the owner. We require a non-refundable down payment and closing within a specified time. Every auction is different, so those terms can change between auction and auction.
And we do give buyers the opportunity to finance, which I think is very important. We give you up to 30 to 45 days to close, depending on the property and the buyer's situation. Now, with that being said, there are no finance contingencies. So, as a real estate broker, if you're working with a client that's working an auction, you want to make sure they're approved and they're ready to go. We also have our preferred lenders that we can refer you to that will make sure that the deal gets done, provided you're where you need to be.
We work with several lenders who are familiar with the auction process and what we do. Auction companies and real estate brokers have butted heads because we view each other maybe as competition. We have decided that we want to cooperate with real estate brokers. We want buyers to bring their brokers and be compensated for helping the buyer go through the process.
So we offer a very generous compensation to the buyer's broker. Here's the best part for a seller. All of our real estate commissions and all of the auction commissions are paid by the buyer. So the only thing that comes out of the seller's pocket at closing is the traditional closing costs. And those are, for a traditional home, those could be anywhere from $1,800 to $2,500. So if the final bid price is $200,000, you're likely going to walk away with $198,000.
We do everything that a traditional real estate office does, except negotiate for the price.
And we encourage broker participation because we think it's important for buyers to have that broker representation. Not only that, but they can help guide them through the process and the contracts. We spend a lot of time training other agents and brokerages on how this process works and how they're going to get compensated and what their clients can expect throughout the process.
Every auction is different, so the terms of every auction can be different. So we may give you 30 up to 45 days to get your financing in order, your money's in order to close.
And if we had asked this question a lot, well, what happens if that person backs out? Well, guess what? You get to keep that deposit.
And we've got the underbidder.
So we go to the second highest bidder if that number is acceptable, and we move to them and see if they're still interested in purchasing the property. And here's the best part about this process from a real estate selling the real estate. If, let's say, we don't reach an agreeable price at the auction, what we have done is we've created our program just allows that home to seamlessly transition into a traditional listing. So you don't lose a beat, you don't miss any marketing time. So it's a win-win situation. We give you upfront the opportunity to net the most amount of money that you can off of the property, and then we can turn it into a traditional listing from there.
There are only two types of auction, absolute and with reserve. We sell all of our real estate with reserve. We give you the opportunity to say, yeah, I wanted $190,000, but $180,000 today with 30 people standing in the front yard is going to be enough to buy this house. We've seen the market speak. The types of property that are a great fit for auction. Number one is land. Number two is if you've got a unique property that you can't comp out, maybe you've got a historic home, maybe you've got the best historic home in town that's an icon that hasn't been on the market for 70, 80, 90, 100 years, and you can't comp that out, you can't receive a price. I can guarantee you that home will bring more at auction than any other method of sale.
And we've had multiple properties that have sold for significantly more than what I would have listed them for traditionally, just because they were such unique properties.
That's because the buyers came together to compete.
That's correct. That's correct.
They received fair market value. When buyers compete, sellers win.
And this is a valuable tool for estates,
guardianships. If you need a time-defined sale, it's a great fit. If you've got a property that maybe has some distress, maybe some condition issues, this is a great opportunity to let the market decide what that property is worth.
And here's the best part. If you're dealing with an estate situation, we are a one-stop full-service shop. Zack's crew, and I'll let him touch on this, but you want to explain what we do with personal property?
We conduct hundreds of personal property auctions. What we'll do is we'll come in and we'll liquidate the contents of the home. We'll sell them at auction. The furniture, the pots and pans, the vehicles, the jewelry, the tools, whatever happens to be in the home, we'll conduct an auction and clear the home. And then we use that personal property auction as a marketing springboard into the real estate portion. Because when we have 200, 300, 400 people who are buying your pots and pans and furniture and collectibles, they're going to come to the auction and they're going to ask about the real estate. Well, if we've got the opportunity to say, yeah, it goes up for auction in 2 weeks from today, we've already captured the market.
And we get that property fully cleaned out, so that seller doesn't have to trouble themselves with, moving items, throwing stuff away, getting expensive dumpsters. We take care of all that for you. If we think that possibly maybe the home needs some new carpet, or we need to do a few things in order to maximize your value, we have trusted contractors and professionals that we've worked with throughout our decades of being in the business, that we pass along that value to you. So we're truly a one-stop shop.
Absolutely. And if we come out and consult with you and look at your property and it's not a good fit for auction, we'll let you know.
Yeah, because we're in the market of selling these at auction. We only had, out of all the homes last year, we only had one that did not sell at auction.
And that just transitioned into traditional real estate.
It certainly did.
And wasn't very long after the auction that one sold and closed.
Exactly. And again, that's the best part about this program is
so you've got zero risk and all the upside of letting buyers compete for your property.
And again, if it doesn't sell at auction, guess what? The next day it's a traditional listing. So you don't lose any of that valuable marketing time. So again, I think the auction process is just a fantastic tool. And I encourage anyone out there that's thinking about selling a real estate, or they're in a situation with maybe an estate, or they're overwhelmed with all of the belongings and how to split those up and get rid of them and all that fun stuff, because we see it time and time again. We've also seen people, this has an effect on your health when you're trying to move these things. We've seen it really have major effects on people's health. And if they'd have just called us in the beginning, it'd have been such a much easier process for them.
Absolutely.
But again, Zach and I would love to sit down with you and see if your property or your situation is a good fit to work with our program. We're really excited to offer this. I don't feel like anyone in our marketplace offers anything close to what we do now. And guess what? If you have a broker that you work with and that you've worked with for 20 or 30 years, we team up with your real estate broker. We give them credit for the sell. We just take them through the auction process up front. So if you are working with a broker, we're happy to work with them and get them on board with our process and how everybody's gonna benefit from it.
Absolutely. If you're a selling broker or a buyer's broker, you can participate in the auction and receive compensation.
Indeed, and I think you'll be very pleased. I think it's one of the most cleanest, easiest ways to sell real estate. So if you'd like to learn more about this auction process, please reach out to Zack or I. We would love to give you some more details on how this works and how it might be a good fit for your property. And if it's not, then we'll, of course, we'll let you know, because we're not in the business not to sell homes at auction. Out of all the properties that we did last year, we had one, Zack, that didn't sell at auction?
One.
Yeah, one. And that's pretty fantastic record there, if you ask me.
Right. The finest things in the world are sold at auction. Racehorses, artwork, jewelry, Jim Irsay's guitar collection. We think that a well-run and properly advertised auction is the fairest way to buy and sell.